Inflation is a key economic indicator that directly affects cost of living in Canada. With growing costs, it can be tough to make ends meet, which is why Canadians should be aware about rate of inflation. To better comprehend what's driving inflation these days, consider current economic developments, government policies, consumer behavior, labor situation, and so on. Hi, my name is Sunny and I make content that affect a common man financially. So let's dive into today's topic, Canadian inflation. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe to it alongside smashing that like button as that will help me with the YouTube algorithm, which of course will be highly appreciated. According to recent Stats Canada report, 1 in every 4 Canadians cannot afford $500 unexpected bill. This survey further states that almost 35% of the population found it difficult to make both ends meet during these difficult times as cost of vital commodities have skyrocketed. On the other hand, over 44% of Canadians are concerned about their housing, which includes their capacity to pay mortgage payments or even rent. Huge majority of population is being alarmed by rising gasoline as well as rising basic food prices. According to a recent poll, high inflation and interest rates are harming more Canadians, particularly women whose budgets are reaching breaking points. About 22% of population is absolutely impoverished, unable to pay for additional household essentials, and this figure is relatively greater among women. Furthermore, one third of Canadians are under pressure to meet growing expenses of basic necessities such as food, clothes, transportation, and shelter, forcing them to adjust their spending habits and plans. Worryingly, half of the respondents stated that they won't be able to sustain further price rises in their budget, which should be a worrisome for policymakers. Even as inflation has moderated in recent months, the fact remains cost of living is up 6.3% in December and most Canadians don't feel relieved. Because most of us have accustomed to low inflation and interest rates for a lengthy period of time, as a matter of fact, we are used to spending and borrowing beyond our means. Half of Canadians are still anxious about not having enough money to feed their families, and women and children are disproportionately more likely to be concerned. This plainly shows there is a gender disparity in finances, which is astonishing for a G7 economy that we are. Members of Parliament have called executives from Canada's top supermarket companies to account for soaring food costs. According to an NDP leader, and I quote, "Those at the heads of these companies where the buck stops should at least have to answer questions around why their profits are so high and why food prices are so high." Closing quote. The committee launched investigation in October, where initially scheduling 6 sessions to address the topic. What Canadians require is their government representatives to ask CEOs of these companies about food price inflation when big box grocers are making record profits. I understand that they are food wholesalers that acquire commodities from suppliers and then sell to customers, but questions need to be asked about their oversized profits during these challenging times. Given Canada's high inflation, a slowdown in our economy is a good thing, according to Bank of Canada's governor. He stated that increasing bank rates are cooling our economy because higher borrowing costs limit consumption. The logic is that as demand for products and services goes down, our economy will continue to decline, which he believes is a good thing when economy is overheated. That is why since March of last year, our central bank has raised its key benchmark rate 8 times in a row, raising it from nearly 0 to 4.5% right now. They announced to have a conditional pause in rate hikes to analyze its effect on economy and inflation before taking any further monetary tightening. As a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Please consult one before investing based on your personal financial situation. If you like the content that I make, please help me and my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing to it. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.